Hey folks, Encore from the 6 here, coming to you from the 2025 Florida RV Super Show, and today we are at the Encore booth. We're going to look at a couple of trailers here, but for this video we're going to look at the 10RKS, and that is probably the smallest trailer I think that I've ever walked through. And so I guess we're looking at 10 feet because it's a 10RKS, and you can see that this is a tiny little camper. Yet it has virtually everything that you'd need. So we're going to do the usual. We are going to take a look at the outside, then we'll go inside and we'll talk about some pros and cons. We also had a chance to talk to Rich Schnippel. He is the founder of Encore, and so he'll tell us what the brand is all about. So let's start by taking a look at the outside of this little guy. It's starting on the campsite. We've got a 120 volt outlet just behind the wheel well here. Huge off-road tire with a nice alloy wheel. And I don't know if this is walkable or not. It feels extremely solid though, so I suspect it probably is walkable. And you've got a solid step, as you can see. And we do have a light as well. And it looks like we've got a solar port up there to boot. We do get a screen door with this unit. Moving over to the nose. So this is where your cassette toilet's gonna come out. And I'm just gonna pop it open, then I'll come back. And there you go, you can see the cassette toilet in there. You just pull that out, you can dump that anywhere there's a toilet, which is very convenient when you have a small capacity. And we've got one single 20-pound propane tank, manual tongue jack. We do have the stone guard on the front of the trailer, which is great. And I do see stabilizers. So we've got two stabilizers up front here. Then coming around to the utility side, we have the 30 amp plug. It's got the light that tells you that the power is there. And then below that, I think we have another solar port. And then we've got cable. Nice marker light below it, the stabilizer. Spare tire is mounted on the side. I'm not sure, I believe that might be an option, but kind of cool to have that anyways. And you've got another light on this side and another solar port on this side as well, which is pretty cool.
Now is a good time to point out that the 200-pound capacity roof rack is optional. If you go for it, you can also spec various mounts and accessories for the rack. Air conditioning is also optional, along with the items shown on the screen.
And moving towards the back of the Venu 10RKS, you can see we've got our water, that'll be your fresh and your city water connection. And I'll put the tank sizes up on the screen, by the way. You've got your hot water input and then your cold water output. And so how this works is you can get an external hot water heater that you can then put the hot water in here, and then you plug in your shower here and you can have a hot shower on the outside. This being a 10-foot trailer, you do not have a shower inside the trailer. Now on the back is actually kind of your campsite. So if you think you back into most campsites, so it makes kind of makes sense that it's back here. So we've got our two speakers, we've got another exterior light, and then we've got our awning at the back. So you back into your campsite and you can set up your awning. If your campsite backs onto a beautiful view, your awning area is going to be facing the view. So that's kind of a neat idea, something I haven't seen before. You can see they've also provided a propane quick disconnect right there, so you can plug in your grill. Just have yourself set up right here at the back of the trailer. All right, coming inside the 10RKS. So very small trailer. We've got our kitchen on our left. We've got a sort of TV shelf over there, and we've got the dinette right in front of the door, along with what's kind of like a little couch. Now, right on the left at the door here, we have a small drawer-style refrigerator, and I guess that's the freezer. So not very big, but still a decent size actually, especially given the little tiny space that it fits in. And we have our fuse panel and everything here. We've got the control for the JBL stereo. We've got the battery disconnect switch. And this whole area converts into a bed, this whole dinette area. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I believe there's a way to fill in even right up to here. But I gave it a try, I wasn't able to figure it out, and the guys are all tied up right now. So we're just gonna go ahead. So to my right, I have this couch. I'm just gonna fix this here. So I have this couch, and a lot of bigger trailers don't get this right, but I'm sitting down on the couch and I am facing the TV, which is awesome. Now we've got lots of aluminum cabinets up top. We have composite cabinets down at the bottom. And we have a 2-burner stove, along with a small sink. This one's quite small, I wouldn't call this a residential size, but it's big enough to get the job done. They do give you, though, a nice pull-down rotating faucet, which is great. And as you can see, there's a huge amount of counter space here. So can't complain about counter space, even though it's a tiny trailer. I'll give you a look inside these aluminum cabinets up top. Good size. You're going to be able to fit all your dishes and everything up here. And come over here. These ones are quite deep. The front of the trailer is curved, so actually that might be the back, but the back of the trailer is also curved, so you know, they do kind of taper off as you get into the depth, but they're still, this is quite a large space for sure. And you've got two of them. Got some more storage under here, another cushion. And then down below, we'll take a look at those. So a good amount of space. Again, the curve kind of impacts, it's not a square space. And then in here, a really huge, deep storage space. So plenty of storage, even though it's such a tiny camper. Now, in terms of the headroom situation, I can't quite stand up completely in this. So if you see, I'm 6 feet and I'm just bending my knees a little bit and bending my neck a little bit. So I'm guessing it's around 5'6" or so. Perfectly fine to spend a rainy day sitting at the table playing cards. Be a little bit difficult for me to cook and that type of thing because of the ceiling height in here. Obviously, if you're at 5'5", this is going to be perfect for you. And last but not least, in the 10RKS, we do have an inside toilet. And it's a cassette toilet, and I showed you the cassette outside. And you can see we've got a nice little separate bathroom floor that folds up into the toilet when you're finished. And then when you're not using it, it's out of the way. Don't have to see it, don't have to think about it. Really cool feature for such a tiny little camper. So you've got the outdoor shower, you've got your toilet in here, so you're all set for camping. I really like this little camper though. So given that you're getting the advantages of absolutely no wood in the build, the focus on building a really structurally sound camper, for a single person or even for a couple or somebody who just wants to get into camping, this would be a great starting point. And you can see that you're looking at $23,995, a 1,700 pound camper, 3,500 pound GVWR, so plenty of cargo capacity. This would be a great starter camper. I'm with Rich Schnippel, and he is the founder of Encore, and he's going to tell us a little bit about just the brand and how it got founded and what they're all about.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. I appreciate you stopping by. I founded the company in 2021, in June of 21, and I did it because I was looking to do something a little bit different than what the industry is used to, and I thought that it really starts with the materials that you choose. So all of our products are 100% wood-free. We use a lot of composite materials, aluminum, and we just stay away from wood 100%. We think wood makes sense in a campfire, but not really in your trailer. It is one of the #1 and most expensive things to repair in a trailer. When it starts to rot, mold, or mildew, it absorbs water. So, for example, in our floors, we'll use a composite material. In this particular one, it'll be a foam core composite, fiberglass on both sides, cannot absorb any water, cannot promote any mold or mildew. Our cabinets will be 1/8" plate aluminum. They're CNC laser cut. They would be formed and powder coated. We call them forever cabinets because they truly last forever. There's no wood cleats that hold them in. Any mounting points on our cabinets would be indexed with the laser, and then when it's mounted inside the trailer, it's going into the aluminum extrusion. So on our frames, you're going to find an all aluminum chassis, and our frame itself, the walls and stuff, will also be aluminum. We call that, in this particular trailer, tri-bond construction. And what that means is that every weld is 360 degrees around. When we put the wall on, it's going to be bonded to the chassis with an industrial adhesive called Pure 140. That's really rock solid. Then we mechanically fasten it down with self-tapping screws. So the next thing we do then is, when it's all fully assembled, we'll go back and weld the frame. So it's glued, screwed, and welded. We're the only manufacturer that does it. And we're probably one of the very few manufacturers that welds all of our aluminum tubes 360 degrees around. To give you an example, on a 1x3 tube, you would have 8 inches of weld on ours versus 2 inches on the competitors. That's why we offer such an extensive warranty. 5-year structural warranty, transferable at any time to any subsequent owner. There's no limitations. And then the entire trailer is covered for 2 years bumper to hitch. So if your stove has a 1-year warranty, we're extending it at no cost for 2 years. So it gives you excellent coverage. It's our confidence of how we build them. A couple other things we do. We do a one-piece fiberglass roof that starts at the stone guard and goes all the way up and back. That eliminates any seams or any possibilities for water intrusion. But should water ever come in, which we're not anticipating it does, you don't have to worry because everything's a composite material. There's no worries about wood. Our cabinetry is so rock solid, you can grab onto it and try to rip it out. It's just in there and it's gonna stay there. You're not gonna walk into your trailer after a long drive or potentially being off-road and find the surprise of a cabinet kind of coming apart or coming off the wall. It's always gonna stay attached.
It's time for pros and cons, and as we usually do, let's start with the pros. First up is what I'll call features per foot of camper. Usually at this length, you expect a bed and a rear kitchen, but this tiny camper also offers a toilet, a dinette, an ideal TV setup, and a truly comfy place to be on a rainy day. Second has to be the wood-free construction. Your odds of it being long-lasting should be much better given the aluminum and composite build. My final pro is something I forgot to demo, the large awning-style windows. They'll let in plenty of light and airflow when needed. As campers get smaller, there are going to be some trade-offs, and this one is no exception. There is no gray tank, and I think this is a big miss, especially since there is plenty of space for one under the trailer. There's also a lack of exterior storage, although you might be able to stash a few things in the cassette toilet compartment. Finally, while it looks cool, the off-road package means a ton of extra weight and width, so I wish it was optional so that us campground campers are not forced to take it. Those cons notwithstanding, I think the layout and the additional features the 10RKS offers compared to traditional teardrops makes this a compelling option for single folks and couples. I especially appreciate the smart layout that allows for a dinette, sleeping space, and a toilet. What do you think? Is the 10RKS a great lightweight option? Let us know in the comments. If you'd like to see another similarly sized camper, check out our Scamp 13 video. Thanks for watching, and take care.